Hello guys, my name is Vita. Welcome to my live stream. Happy to see all of you, and I'm especially live streaming for you from Ukraine. Today I am all yours for 2 hours, and today topic is the truth about main reasons why Russia attacked Ukraine. So guys, now, if you prefer listening to or reading our live streams, check out our podcast and blog at ukrainedating.ca. For newbies to our channel, here is a short video so you know more about me, guys, that you know what's my purpose, who I am, and what I am doing here.
Ukrainian women, it's like 5 in 1. It's perfect mothers, perfect wives, perfect cookers, perfect lovers, perfect housekeepers, and perfect friends. Every man is a hunter, and every woman is a target. So every hunter wants to get his target. And every target at the end of the day would like to be chased and caught. Believe me, you will be happy with her. This lady, when she gets you, trust me, she will keep you with both hands and never let you go. Believe me, guys, the lady who is really interested in you and who really likes you never will ask you for money, for gifts, or for presents from the early beginning of your relations. Why women look for foreign husband? Because women tired of laziness and non-responsibility of our men.
If we are talking about spontaneous sex on the first date, it also can be great for sure if both of you feel the magic and chemistry, but only from physiological side. Regarding psychology, guys, in majority of cases, chemistry is one of the smallest reasons why she may want you just on the first date. So remember, date is always for Ukrainian women is kind of exhibition. She will look at you, she will listen at you, smell you even, and evaluate you to make a general conclusion about your future destiny. So, okay, guys, we are excited to announce our new Brotherhood membership to give you guys all the tools and help to be successful on your journey to find a traditional, high-value Eastern European wife. Here is a short video, guys, with all the details. And if anyone has any questions about our new Brotherhood membership or how to join, please feel free to ask about that. Okay, and here's the video with explanation.
Do you want a high-value, beautiful traditional woman worthy of your love to create your family? Then listen up. Time is our enemy, and complacency breeds failure. So you must get off Tinder, man, and stop dating those feminazis. You see, to get the life you desire and deserve, you've got to wise up and figure this shit out now, or your dreams, they will simply pass you by. But how, right? First, you need to know that you've been lied to. That's right, despite what all your American dating experience has shown you, I promise you, high-value traditional women are not extinct. You'll see that with your own eyes when you join today. When you join the Brotherhood now, we're practically handing you your success on a silver platter. You'll discover the who, what, where, and how that you never imagined possible for yourself. Would you agree that for you to conquer what's been impossible for you thus far in life, well, you need some help, some guidance, and most importantly, to all success, mentorship. Well, that's all here for the taking when you join our Brotherhood now. You choose the membership level with the game-changing perks you need most to shortcut your success, saving your money, and more importantly, saving your time. No, I'm going to ask you for a little favor here. You see, frankly, the problem we've had is those fucking trolls and dick pickers freaking out our live streaming ladies. So we've unfortunately had to make our live chat for members only. So do us both a favor and join up right now. It's less than a bowl of borscht, yet it will help you in spades. Now I'll turn it over to Joseph Ricards to highlight some of the kick-ass perks of each of the 4 different membership levels.
Thanks, Andrew. Okay, level 1, Truth Seekers is a measly $4 a month. Gets you unlimited live chats and a free lady cam share so you can ask all your burning questions face to face with our genuine Ukrainian beauties. Level 2, True Believers, gives you 3 free lady cam shares, and at each higher level membership you get more and more lady cam shares with unlimited at level 4. Level 3, Borscht Brothers, gives you a shit ton of goodies. You'll get exclusive access to our Brotherhood closed community, free membership to our $75 a month men's group, Lion's Den, where iron sharpens iron. Level 4, Braveheart Brotherhood, at only $100, yet just the bonus perks alone are worth $510. Check it out. You get all the perks from the first 3 levels, plus you get our coveted scam check service. Listen, men, if you are one of these poor bastards paying per letter to communicate with women from Eastern Europe during our age of free communication apps, guys, you need to wake the fuck up and stop simping, because you know you're only being scammed. So you'll get 1 scam check service for only $100 that would otherwise set you back $500. And after our scam check, you'll finally understand what's really going on. So once and for all, you'll be able to put your mind at ease. Trust me, whether you join at $4 or $100, this is a complete no-brainer. So go ahead, click the join button now and join our brotherhood. Remember, at any level you choose, you can get unlimited live chats every single day and live cam shares with our beauties.
So, okay, boys, who's gonna help all our beautiful live streamers to get the party started with the live cam share with them right now? So, or right away, sorry, you need to do just 2-step security verification, and you can talk face to face with a live streamer. So step number 1, become a member of our brotherhood, which you can do by clicking the join button located at the bottom. That will bring you into the studio back end. So your name you enter in Streamyard must be your exact YouTube name, because that's the only name we have for you from your brotherhood membership. And now, guys, I'm putting the Streamyard link in our chat. So you simply copy paste it or type in your browser, and you will see live camera with girls you want to talk. So as always, please feel free to ask me any type of questions, no matter for today's topic or out of topic. That doesn't matter, about mentality, our beautiful Ukrainian ladies, their character, how to date, main tips, red flags, so whatever you are interested in. So actually, okay. And here is the link, guys. Here is the link. And I will give you the link. So also this link you can find below this video in the description. And now, guys, let's get started our topic, which is today: the truth must be told behind the war in Ukraine. Actually, this topic is about what are main reasons why Russia is attacking Ukraine. You know, we already discussed that with you many, many times. You know, I have my own personal opinion about this topic. Still, we have official reasons, right, which was declared by Mr. Pu, and also some hidden reasons, which actually I would like to mention today, and then we can discuss that in our chat when I will give you my opinion. So, as you know, on the night of February 24, absolutely awful date for all Ukrainians all over Ukraine, on the orders of Vladimir Putin, the Russian army launched an invasion of Ukraine. A full-scale war has been unleashed. Heavy fighting is going on all over Ukraine for almost 1 year right now. So soon we're gonna have this anniversary. Vladimir Putin justifies Russia's invasion of Ukraine by the need for Russia to defend itself, to stop the genocide and denazify Ukraine. Why did actually Kremlin decide on aggression? What can be seen in the fog of war? So the picture of battles and fights as if right on the scale of the Second World War. I would say that the picture is not yet complete, but we're gonna try to at least understand what the intention is. So personally, personally to me, the goals of Putin's aggression are quite clear. This is the desire to turn Ukraine into something like Lukashenko's Belarus, then start recreating something like the Soviet Union. It is no coincidence that in many videos, Russian tanks in the Kherson region march under Soviet red flags with a hammer and cycle. So this is a clear allusion to the Bolshevik revenge. I remember very well how at his famous speech, probably some of you also watched that, at which Putin actually declared war, the legalization of these republics of Lugansk and Donetsk, he literally, with shaking hands and specific characteristic facial expression, said that we would show you decommunization. You will see a real decommunization. So these are very characteristic words, as an evil mother usually says to her child, you know, I will show you how to eat sweets before dinner. You will learn from me how sweet it is. So that is, in fact, Putin is terribly angry that Ukraine has decided to end the Soviet past, to say goodbye, actually. We have not demolished a single monument to Lenin. In Russia, as you know, they didn't demolish or deconstructed any monument. So they still live in this Soviet Union time and by many Soviet stereotypes. But in Ukraine, in comparison, everything is Ukraine is different. We have demolished all monuments of Lenin. All streets have been renamed. The main thing is that Ukraine has not limited itself to it, but has taken the path of an alliance with the West, the path of the alliance with NATO, and every month adds to this. If you look even to Sumy, right now, even I don't know all the names of all the streets because completely, absolutely, almost all streets were renamed. So we have now Polskaya Street, in regard of Poland, our Ukrainian national heroes, our famous battalions. So absolutely all streets were renamed. So even local citizens still didn't get used to that, still don't know the whole list, and actually really big confusion. So Putin does not understand, apparently, that all this happened after the annexation of Crimea, after the rejection of Donbass, that he himself caused this Western trend in Ukrainian politics to be so ambiguous. But now he understands that he cannot stop otherwise all the negotiations that he conducted with Western political leaders, you know, like Biden, Macron, Johnson. He conducted them talking specifically about restoring the Soviet zone of influence, including Ukraine in it, and of course legalizing the annexation of Crimea. And he did not succeed in any of these so far. The West is adamant, and now not the era of Munich, not the interwar period. So he decided that if you guys don't want peace, then we will act by war. So here began a terrifying war, absolutely incredible in its nightmare, which is now being waged by Russia in Ukraine. Orwell, famous writer. You guys probably know about him. So Orwell recalls that war is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. And Putin propagandists are working precisely on these patterns even now. So regarding the question about diverting attention from the domestic agenda, we know that this is a long tradition in Russia, a long tradition among the rulers of this country, both the Tsarist period and the Soviet ones. Small victorious wars in order to divert attention from internal problems and many internal problems. So probably the most important of them is growing even, perhaps not so much discontent, but growing fatigue from the unchanging rule of the same person, as you know, Putin, for more than 20 years. So they have a whole generation actually in the country that has grown up, which doesn't remember anything else and does not know. People are, of course, are tired of this. And I'm convinced that one of the main reasons for this aggression of the Putin regime against Ukraine is precisely an attempt to intercept the agenda, an attempt to divert people's attention from internal problems in Russia. Again, we know from our history that these small victorious wars, so-called, end very often with the exact opposite effect of what was intended. If we look at the main reasons and goals which were declared, we see that the result right now absolutely different. So we remember how Crimean War ended in the 19th century, how the Russia-Japanese War ended at the beginning of the 20th century, and of course Soviet invasion of Afghanistan at the end of the 20th century. So he could hardly have imagined that as a result of this very war, which would turn out to be not so small and not so victorious, a revolution would occur in Russia and the Tsar would have to agree to a parliament, freedom of the press, mass media, right, civil and political freedoms, and so on. Therefore, this already yet another bloody adventure of the Kremlin dictator may well be the last. Let's hope for this. And it is very important to say that this is not a war of Russia itself. This is not a war of Russian society. It is especially important to tell that this is a war of the Putin regime. So what we saw actually in Russia at the beginning of this war, when across the country in more than 50 cities, thousands of people took to the streets to protest against this war, came out to say that this is not our war, please stop the war, this is not my personal war. That people actually were expressing solidarity with the people of Ukraine. This is very important. This is the real voice of Russian society, just like these figures of culture, science, literature, sports, journalism as well, who in recent days have added their voices to these protests. So that petition, which has already collected more than 500,000 signatures in just one day, which was initiated by Lev Alexandrovich Ponomarev, recognized as an individual foreign agent. And these are all the true voices of Russian society. Not the whole society, of course, but open-minded society which are ready to change something and actually who realize that the path is wrong. So something is going wrong. So this is not war of ordinary Russian people. And this is kind of gamble, a personal gamble of Vladimir Putin. I think that it is very important, very possible that this adventure will be the last for him. At least the whole world, almost the whole world hopes for that. And it turned out that Putin needed something much more. He was ready to take a risk, passing along the edge, going beyond. And this was, of course, a surprise for everybody, because all people thought he is a rational person, but it turned out to be that not. Therefore, now it is not clear to everyone what the end is, how actually this all will be finished, what is the intention of this. I don't know how long it will take him to realize that the capture of Ukraine is impossible, what price it will cost to Russia and to Ukraine. And Putin actually does not care about this price either in relation to Russia, nor of course in relation to Ukraine. That's obvious. After the hypothetical capture of Ukraine, at least from the moment when he considers that he has already dealt with Ukraine, because in his head, in his brain, he has already dealt with Ukraine and there is no Ukraine anymore in his imagination. I mean, he will begin to capture Moldova. Belarus, as we know, has already been figuratively captured by Russia. Thus, after the capture of Moldova, which is not a member of NATO, Putin will reach the borders of all three Baltic countries like Poland, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Hungary, and Romania. So after that, he will repeat to us word by word, since from his point of view, we did not hear him that very speech, you remember. This hysterical Hitler speech, which he voiced 3 days before the beginning of the war. And after that, of course, he will issue an ultimatum about the entry of Russian troops into the Baltic countries in the hope, and with the repetition of all those threats, he will use nuclear weapons if his ultimatum is not accepted, in the hope that, again, the West will give in. So, and this will be the moment when the war between the Russian Federation and the NATO countries will begin. But I think no one has any doubts right now about who will win this war. In this war, the Russian Federation will suffer a serious, and keep suffering actually, serious and terrible defeat. And this war will certainly prove to be the end of Putin and the end of his regime. Therefore, Putin signed his own death sentence on February 24. This is his last war. This is his last crime. It will be very bloody, and it is very bloody, you know. It will cost us, Ukrainians, more and more victims, actually from both sides, for Russia's as well. Unfortunately, most of all for this, as we said, Putin's adventure. This is, of course, is not an adventure. This is an absolute crime, and Ukraine is gonna pay for this adventure. Therefore, now the common and only task, guys, is to help Ukrainians survive in this war and repel this aggression, actually. To end up our discussion, I actually would like to remind everyone the main reasons declared by Putin before beginning of this bloody terroristic war. So Putin's statement, you remember, but I want to remind. Number one, the NATO alliance is steadily and continually expanding. The military machine is moving and is coming close to our borders. Statement number two, circumstances require us to take decisive and immediate action. The People's Republic of Donbass turned to Russia with a request for help. In this regard, in accordance with the Article 51 of Part 7 of UN Charter, with the authorization of the Federation Council of Russia and pursuant to those ratified by the Federal Assembly on February 22 this year of friendship and mutual assistance, treaties with the Donetsk People Republic and the Lugansk People Republic, I have decided to conduct a special military operation. So Putin made such a statement in an address on February 24. We all remember all those statements. There are much more. Demilitarization, denazification, to change fascism regime in Ukraine, to protect Russian-speaking people, to close all biological laboratories which USA created on the whole territory of Ukraine. So a lot of bullshit which actually was declared and keep be declaring from that side as an explanation of this horrible invasion. So in the same speech, the president of Russian Federation pointed out, you and I simply have not been left with any other opportunity to protect Russia, our people, except for the one that we'll be forced to use today. But both of these statements are false, as we all know. It's not true that Russia is forced to defend itself from Ukraine, not that it can rely on the UN Charter in doing so. And one of more reasons, the goal of Russia's so-called special operation in Ukraine is to protect people who have been subjected to abuse and genocide by the Kiev regime for 8 years. Though, you know, there are a special commission, European Commission created, which absolutely follows all events since 2014, and still Russia cannot prove Ukrainian aggression, and a lot of actually things they are blaming Ukraine in. So in order to prevent the alleged bullying, and the alleged genocide of Russia, it is necessary to make efforts to demilitarize and denazify Ukraine. So Putin's statement is a propaganda narrative that he has been repeating for a long time and which has no basis in fact. To implement his plans in Ukraine, he uses the historical concept of denazification. It describes the policy of the victorious countries towards Nazi Germany after World War II. You remember. The purpose of this measure then was to free the country from the influence of the Nazis and remove people who supported this trend, actually this course, Nazis course, from their posts. Putin is well aware of this fact. He also understands that if a democratic Ukraine is allowed to gain strength and flourish, it will likely inspire Russians to seek similar change in their own country, in their own lives. In other words, he sees the existence of a free and democratic Ukraine as an existential threat to the future of this autocratic regime. And this, of course, helps to explain why Putin chose to bet everything on the destruction of the Ukrainian state. From the perspective of the Russian ruler, an independent Ukraine is an unbearable reminder that democratic legitimacy is entirely possible in the Slavic heartland of the former USSR. If Ukraine is not destroyed, Putin fears that Russia itself could enter a new era of collapse that will continue the process that began in 1991. So, actually, guys, we know with you that there are actually a lot of official reasons, right, which I actually announced at the end of this topic. But we also know that Ukraine is one of the biggest leader of delivering and providing wheat to Europe and many African countries. We all know that in Ukraine, a lot of storages like coal, like gas, like lithium, a lot of very expensive storages, which may lead Ukraine also to a quite high position, at least economical position. And of course, he would like to get them, you know, near Crimea seashore, there are a huge storage of gas, which actually wasn't technologically opened so far, not developed so far. So actually a lot of reasons in the complex, right? Some people, some scientists, and even some historical people who study history, they also says that in Ukraine, a lot of interesting places of high spiritual places, you know, like some Cossacks places, like Karakterniki, which kind of wizards. So as he is crazy about all this magic, he has full group of shamans who help him, who try to protect him, who made special rituals. Actually, we can understand that he has a lot of reasons, but still not telling about economical and political reasons, about joining NATO, about genocide of Russian-speaking people. He has some psychological issue, kind of jealousy, kind of being angry that Ukraine is not on its knees, not ready to obey, and going actually to follow their own way, which is now more and more Western way. So that's actually my main idea, guys, about why this happens. And of course, I would be happy to listen your comments, your point of view. So now I want to say thanks to everybody who joined me today. Thanks for coming. Thanks for spending time with me. Of course, hello to everybody. Hopefully everybody is healthy and have a nice Friday. So before I get answering your comments, guys, please don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to hit the bell, because if you love our streaming and you want to support us sharing the truth with you here, we'd really appreciate if you do all that what I mentioned. Subscribe, hit the bell, and give us your likes. So guys, let's see what you think about this topic. And I know that the topic probably is hot because some of you has your own ideas about this situation. But what? Hello, thanks, Carmen, thanks. Gregory, доброго дня, Vita, in Ukrainian. Hello, thanks for using Ukraine. Tracy, thanks for coming. Hello, hello. Peaceful days. That's nice that you guys have peaceful days. Tracy, absolutely agree with you. Reason one, Putin is greedy, crazy bastard. Absolutely agree with you. Despite all the facts, despite all analytics, and of course, we couldn't deny all economical reasons. Of course, that's one of the part. But I guess, and I feel, I can be mistaken, psychological issue is one of the main, because otherwise he wouldn't be so stubborn and he wouldn't be so persistent in his trying to smash Ukraine completely. He actually behaved during this war. I always was thinking he is a reasonable, smart, righteous person. But looking how he behaved during this war, he's very predictive, by the way. We all know for sure when we will have massive rocket attacks, what he will do. So he's very predictive. That means he has some templates, some standards in his mind. He's not flexible and he's not going to change his mind. So if he has this plan, he's going to do everything according to this plan. So I guess a lot of people probably tell him now that maybe it's time to stop or to change something, and we are not succeeding. Yeah, they have succeeded in some areas, to some extent, but that's not even like that from his main goals, from his main targets. But he keeps doing the same thing. So his main reason, I guess, right now, even not to negotiate, even not to make Zelensky do something, he's just like an angry person, revengeous person. Just he wants to get this toy no matter what, broken or not broken, used or not used, but by any means he wants to get this because he wants. That's it. So I think that's the for me, like the story and the fairy tale about joining NATO, that sounds ridiculous. The stories about biological laboratories, about new biological weapon, that's even more ridiculous. That's funny. Yesterday, guys, if you don't let me share with you, I talked to one of my friend who lives in Kharkiv still. And still she has this pro-Russian mindset, I see. She's a retired woman, and unfortunately, I really like her as a person. We are good friends, but her mindset absolutely make me furious. She sent me yesterday a kind of prediction, but prediction is not like astrological or something, you know. Some guy, he is kind of scientist. He's not pure Russian because he has very strong accent, and he's dealing with mathematics and numbers. So he calculated that this year, it was actually very interesting to listen to him by the specific moment. So he said that July 17th, 2023 will be not the most tragic, I'm sorry, some hairs in my eyes, not the most tragic, but very scary day. And the symbol, like due to math calculations, the number of this day is 238. If some of you are familiar with chemistry, and probably you can Google to how 238 is a number of atom. atom. So he claims that something will be about nuclear, about atomic war, something. Or, I didn't get that till this moment. Or probably Zelensky, by the order of his, how to say in English, like Muppet guiders, like American or Western Muppet guiders, as he said, will make him to use new biological weapon. So when I heard this phrase, biological weapon, everything became clear to me. I stopped watching and I said, oh my God, you still keep listening this flood of shit of Russian propaganda. So I said, sorry, I don't agree. So a lot of interesting facts about this. And Tracy, reason number 2, delusion of godhood. Yeah. And I don't understand. He consider him to be a pure Christian, So, even on Christmas, he was in the church praying there alone, you remember, without anybody. And at the same time, he constantly dealing and contacting with different shamans, magic women, wizards, main some absolutely magic rituals, some procedures. So that's also a very strange combination, to believe in God, to be a pure Christian person, because he declares all the time in his speeches about that, and at the same time being so shamanistic and magically addicted, I would say. Yeah. What also has to do with the resources that were found in the area that they are illegally annexing, making Ukraine even more independent and giving opportunity to prosper. Yeah, absolutely. That's also very important. Yeah, I mentioned that at the end. In Uzhgorod, some gas storages, at Crimea, some gas storages, and of course this Liti. Also, I wouldn't lie. I don't remember the name of this chemical thing in Sumy region near Gluhiv, and actually one of these developing mining area belonged to Russian oligarch. What's his last name? His last name looks like Lithuanian or Estonian, something like that. And actually Ukrainian government expropriated that mining. So also kind of revenge why they shoot so many times specifically at that region. So they are just revengeous people, not thinking tactically or politically or to the future. So either he cannot see what's going on in reality, somebody tells him the lie about their success at the war zone, or he's so stubborn or he's just crazy that he cannot see what's actually have happened. The Ukraine becomes stronger, I mean, in political way. And now they're talking about joining to European Union, joining to NATO sometime. Even now, after 1 year of war, we are not in NATO. So he just was so stupid. That was his main goal, to avoid the NATOification of Ukraine. But as we see now, we are more close to NATO than ever. So actually, the results of all his goals, they have absolutely opposite and different effects. I don't understand why he cannot see that. Or probably, guys, he sees that, but he understand and realize probably that this is his last march revanche, and he's not having something to lose anymore. Probably he understands that's about the end and nothing to lose. And he wants just to, like, by inertia. So he is driving like a car down the hill without any brakes, just by inertia, because to lose the face in front of his government, parliament, ordinary people who trust him, who support him and his political views, so that will be huge shame. After that, I don't know, for any normal person the only way out will be just and that's it. I don't know how he could actually keep living after. I am not even talking about political career or keeping governing the country after total failure when he accept. So seems like he's going to use up to the last Russian man on this war as a meat, no matter what, but just to postpone the time of his shame, total shame, not only in front of the face of his people, Russian people, but in front of the whole world. Not any normal person can live that. I mean, can overcome that level of shame. So God knows what in his sick brains. Jacob, hello, naughty guy. Hello, thanks for coming. Mukadar Swati, hello, also thanks for coming, for spending time with us. What? NATO coming too close to our borders starts an invasion, cause other neighboring countries to join NATO. Well done, Putler. He's just looking for excuses to justify the war. Absolutely. I absolutely agree deeply inside. As I said, I am not political person. I'm far from politics. I'm just guided by my emotions, by my insights, my women's thoughts. I see only the main, not only, of course, but the main reason is psychological reason. But of course, he cannot come to the television and said, "Oh, sorry, I don't want Ukraine to be free and to be independent. That shitty small country. How dare they are? How dare they are? So they must be part of ours, and all legitimacy what they can have only can be given by us." Under our protection, Ukraine can be free. So he cannot tell something like that to his people, right? People won't understand. So actually to excuse this invasion, he should tell something like about joining NATO, or it's very risky for us to have a weapon at the border with our country. Yeah. Tracy, NATO was pretty static before this conflict. Absolutely true. 100%. All this special military operation has done on that front was to bring existing NATO nations together and to get new nations to apply for admission. Absolutely agree, Tracy. Absolutely. 100%. We actually, nobody even was, probably some conversation was about joining NATO, but nobody here in Ukraine believed in that. And I will tell you more, guys. Ordinary people, I won't tell about government, they have their own plans, we know, but all ordinary people, Ukrainian people, they were absolutely against joining NATO. Absolutely. So some hairs in my eyes disturb me today. So it was very static, it was stable. Nobody was pushing anyone, asking for something. Was some communication from time to time, but wasn't something like really serious. We never had here NATO weapon or NATO soldiers or something like that. But now, what he made, he joined at least half of the world, wise and smart half of the world, he joined. He united us as never before. So Well done, really, as what said. Jacob, I hope the women of Ukraine don't adopt the Western mentality. We are far from that so far. Of course, some influence we have. Of course, guys, don't forget that a lot of Ukrainian ladies travel to Europe. A lot of Ukrainian ladies see what's going on in Europe. A lot of Ukrainian ladies working with foreigners, working at their factories, in their families, as nurses, babysitters. So they see the system of family. But still, if you have been living this type of life and you have your stereotypes in your mind, like me, nothing can change my mindset. I can assure you, no matter in what country. I have been traveled a lot. I have been living in Turkey for 8 years. I know different things about different religions. I always was trying to do, to follow the statement, when at Rome, do as Romans do. That means I was adopting easily to any cultural trends in the country where I lived, where I worked, because I don't, of course, I'm different, but I want to be accepted. I don't want to irritate local people. I want to, first of all, I want to know their language, their traditions, their mindset, to understand and to avoid conflicts, misunderstandings. So that's what actually every normal person will do. So, but still, what's going on with my eye today, guys? Sorry. I have some hair. I cannot get it out. Who can help me via the camera? So actually, but that didn't mean that I ever changed my mindset and I changed my character or I changed my lifestyle. I was Vita myself there and here when I came back and when I was traveling to another country. So a lot of our women still, though they see changes, some stupid, probably yes. Some, especially younger generation, they will see that probably this lifestyle is easier, no investment from your side, I mean emotional. So easy to date, easy to have sex, easy to split, easy to get some money, easy to say goodbye. So of course we're gonna face that and we are facing that, but far from all women, of course. Of course. And guys, don't forget that you all not young, I mean that young, like 20, 25 probably. So you're not dating with young generation, like girls 20, 25. So you're dating more with middle-aged ladies, like 35 and up. These women have mostly their mindset set up already. They have their family models in their mind, and they will keep doing like that, hopefully. So don't worry, Jacob, until that will happen here in Ukraine, you will find your love, you will get married, create the family, have babies, and you don't have nothing to worry about. Because, guys, in this way, if you worry about such things like that, like Jacob meant, so you should be worried then when you get married with your Ukrainian lady and you bring her to your country. You cannot isolate her, right? She won't stay just at home. So she will widen her society connection, social connection. She will start to talk to people, not only Russian or Ukrainian speaking people, right? Local people, your neighbors, your relatives, your friends, companies. You're going to attend some companies. And of course, she will see all that. She will see the system of a relationship, how it's working in your country. So if you're afraid that a lot of Ukrainian women will get some negative influence by European mentality in this way, which we mentioned, to be more feminized, to be more feministic, right? In a bad way. So then you should get afraid that your wife also can get that influence, because she won't communicate only with you or only with Ukrainian people there. So That's just the matter of character. So that's why when you choose ladies, be very attentive. Choose smart ladies, stable ladies. Try to discuss a lot of routine situations, and actually you will avoid that. I think our ladies, they know why they go to Europe, because they know what you foreign guys appreciate in our Ukrainian ladies. Being a good wife, that's the reason number one why you choose Ukrainian ladies. And that's the reason number one why Ukrainian ladies go into Europe or USA, no matter. I mean, foreign countries, because they know you foreign guys going to appreciate that the most. You're looking for this, what we Ukrainian ladies have. So that's why I think nothing to worry about. If relationship is good between you and your wife, everything will be fine, because she will try to get as many Ukrainian traditions and values into your family as it's possible. Traditional cuisine, traditional day schedule, traditional support of the man, traditional many things which actually habitual here in Ukraine. She will try to bring in your family. Why? Because she will feel much more comfortable living the style, the system she used to. That's more understandable system for her, and even subconsciously she will live that kind of life with you even. But some bad foreign girls, if she have too many some European friends with a mentality which you don't like, so try a little bit to be cunning, not to let them talk too much on this discussion, because girls can teach. Girls can teach. So if you have, for example, some kind of conflict, for doesn't matter, for any reason, and she can complain to her local, in your country, local girlfriend, right? Maybe neighbor, maybe a lady from your company. So the girl can give her some tips, local tips, traditional to your local system of relationship, and she can teach her to behave in another way. So be careful with that. Tracy, the bullshit about saving Russian speaking people is almost comical, since a large part of Ukraine speaks Russian natively. Absolutely, absolutely. And as I told you guys, I am Russian speaking person, completely, completely. My kids Russian speaking, my family members, my friends, all of them Russian speaking people. A lot of, even Uzhgorod, even Chernovtsi guys, which are, totally Western Ukraine, totally Western Ukraine. A lot of Russian speaking local people you can find there. I have a lot of friends there who speaks absolutely pure Russian language with any accent, and even talking more grammatically and correct than Russians themselves. I can assure you. So who pressed them, who pushed them? Yes, we all know when you go to some establishment or at school you need to talk Ukrainian, but that's normal, that's a governmental language. So we are actually, Ukrainians are bilingual, actually bilingual. We know on the same way Russian and Ukrainian. So that's one of more of our advantages as a nation. Global Bloodstock, afternoon, all and Vita. Do you think that sometimes Putin sends a look-alike to events? Some pictures show him sitting 10 meters away from people at the end of a table, then other times he is close to them. Look-alike, absolutely, absolutely. And even if you remember, on the latest speech of Zelensky, I guess in Brussels or where, he told, I don't know whom with to negotiate. I don't know whom to talk. We don't know if Putin himself exists still, because a lot of different peoples at the same time in different places, and a lot of physiognomies and a lot of politicians and investigators, they claim that he has a lot of double Putins whom he sent back and forth. But I read that he actually doesn't use internet because he's afraid to be traced, to be chased. So that's why he only can count on what people deliver him face to face or on the paper So actually he's also under the influence of incoming information. Normally he doesn't know what is really happening here, what is really going on here. So, but I can believe, yeah, he has kind of copies. Yeah, Tracy, numerology is such bullshit, but still people believe, and Putin as well, because all his events, all major events he plans, he always use numerology. Always. All Ukraine knows that already, and we know all dates when gonna happen some rocket attack, because all these dates, they have some connection with some events. So that's for sure. And he's man, not the women, and he's so much fan of magic and such bullshit, like you mentioned, Tracy. So one more point to his not being adequate, actually. Tracy, I can make numbers add up to almost anything and claim it means almost anything. Absolutely. I mean, if you know mathematics and you want to get some number, because he was counting, dividing, multiplying, plus, minus, I couldn't follow his formulas. I was listening, but when I heard about Zelensky gonna use new biological weapon on orders of West, oh my God, I switched off. I said goodbye. Goodbye, Russian numerologist. Global Bloodstock. Russia is being propped up by Wagner. If USA paid Wagner more than Russia, would they fight against Russia? This I don't know, because I guess Prigozhin still is a person who has principles. Doesn't matter we like his principles or not, of course, but I guess he's on the side of Russia anyway. But who knows? That depends how much he will be offered, probably, because almost all people all over the world are weak in the face of money, big money. That probably not the matter if he will be, that's the matter of how much he will be offered. But still, it's a big contest right now, big antagonism between Putin and Prigozhin. Everybody say already that openly. Prigozhin still being the enemy probably of number 2 after Mr. 2 to all Ukrainians. He still speaks about Russian military with honor. I mean, with respect. This I heard many times in his communication, though we all hate him, of course, and we don't need his praise and compliments. But still, he does sometimes compliments really to Ukrainian soldiers and to the style of fighting, to level of patriotism, and to the level of desire to protect our land. So, Jacob, Vita, your hair is being very naughty today. Oh my God. Okay, good. So it's good or it's bad? It's good or it's bad? Actually, guys, we had really, really, really bad last days. That's like the situation here is really hot here. Today, guys, we got rocket shot down just above the center of the city. Oh my God. The heat was of such a power. Ooh, literally telling, don't misunderstand me. I was in need to buy some diapers, you know. That was really scary. All windows were like, I was thinking they will be just flying away. Yeah, I almost fall down on the floor. So the situation is really bad. Escalation is huge. The last information just before we start stream, I got 10 calls immediately from different parts of Ukraine that there is 10,000 Russian soldiers have been gathered just at the borderline with us, just our region. A really huge, massive amount of tanks and different military equipment, aviation, that they are doing some road that the heavy vehicle can drive. In 5 minutes, guys, I got 10 calls. You need to go from there. You need to go from there. Look, 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 look. Oh my God. And that was, by the way, I guess some soldier told in interview to Times. The Times actually claimed that. We'll see. So yeah, yesterday as well, we got 2 airplanes flying just above city at night. And then we got at night 4 explosions. We woke up with the horror, running outside. Oh my God, to check. And all these booms and explosions all day long. So next week again, all schools going online. I told you, I mentioned before that partially schools start offline studying, though I rejected that. I said thanks, no. So now finally somebody understood. So for today, we just got 5 sirens. Just for today. We have sirens non-stop. So we have some break, and in 30 minutes we have another one. So non-stop sirens. So probably I didn't have enough time to make my hairs nicer. I thought I will be a little bit late, but I was in time. Thanks God. Gregory, Vita, what did you born in Russia? What do you mean, Gregory? What did you born in Russia? You mean what would I do if I was born in Russia, or what? How to understand this question, Gregory? Please clarify. Either my English is too bad, or what did you born in Russia? Cannot understand. Sorry, Gregory. Please make it more clear for me. I mean, I can translate, but I don't understand what you mean by this question. What, Vita, Ukrainians speaking better language from Russians is because you probably have a better education system. Probably. That's also, guys, that depends on many factors. So in Russia, I mentioned many times that Ukrainian guys drinking a lot, usually, right? But in Ukraine now, the tendency, younger generation, try not to smoke, not to drink. You can meet easily right now girls or boys of younger generation who don't smoke and don't touch even alcohol, you know. Middle-aged people and older, they can do that still, but still that's not to that extent how that's in Russian. You cannot you can't even imagine how much Russian people drinking. You cannot imagine that, guys. They're drinking like a tea. That's norm for them, women and men as well. So I think also that's some issue with genetics as well, with level of intellect, with the quality of intellect, with the ability to think, to analyze. Some Russian people absolutely, of course, are really smart, and some people there are whom I really respect, but that's the minority. the smallest part of society. All the rest, oh my God, if you could just, I wish you could understand Russian. I mean, at least somehow that you could compare and judge. If you watch, if you listen some interviews of ordinary people on the street, oh my God, they are talking like really like illiterate people. A lot of mistakes, grammar mistakes, using words. I'm not talking about bad words, but just wrong words. And the way how they express thoughts, far from should be. Far from should be. So people don't read books. People, and you see, it's very. What's the smoke? What's the smoke outside? The people in Ukraine still likes to read. Still, people in Russia still likes to spend time in front of television. TV sets are not so much popular in Ukraine right now. Personally, I don't have TV set for already many years at home. I don't need that. So they used to sit in front of television. They don't have nothing to do after work. They just sitting and gulping the flood of moral shit, psychological shit of this propaganda, not even digesting, not even analyzing. So probably that also have influence. But of course, some great people in Russia still. I won't deny that fact. So that won't be true. Jacob, I agree. It is very important to understand what type of female friends your lady is hanging out with. Absolutely. I absolutely agree. Totally agree. So be careful with that. If you see, even here in Ukraine, I can give you a primitive example, simple example. When I was younger, much younger, like 20 years ago, I had a girlfriend who socially considered not to be the decent one, okay? So whenever we are together, be sure you always get into some trouble, always. So my boyfriend at that time, he was absolutely against my hanging around with her, my spending time with her, because he understood this person have some bad influence, not can have some bad influence on me, giving me her principles, her lifestyle stereotypes, but I am too stable and too fixed on my templates in my mind. Nobody can change that. No matter, I can have different friends, bad ones, good ones, but I always will be Vita, no matter what. You can do whatever with me. I never change my mind. You can consider me very stubborn in all ways, but in my principles, I'm also very stubborn. So if I think like that and should be like that, that's the right thing to do and the right way to be. Oh my God, no matter what you tell me, I will never change my mind. So in this way, yeah, but the lady get older and we still very good friends with her. And of course, she doesn't have any influence on my mindset, on my thoughts, but still guys can be not jealousy, but careful in this way. If you know the lady has have some wrong feministic maybe ideas, and she can pass that information to your lady, teaching her, don't be stupid, don't stay at home, don't wait him. If he is late at home, okay, next time you need to punish him. Let's go to some bar, let's get some drink, maybe get introduced to some guys, and then he will understand that next time he must be earlier at home in order not to lose you, in order not to give you chance to do the same how he is doing. So you understand what I mean? That is very possible way how your lady can be spoiled. So be careful about that. Gregory, Vita, wasn't you born in Russia? No, I was born in Ukraine, but I was born in Soviet Union. That's different things. I wasn't born in Russia. Though I have, guys, absolutely Russian roots genetically. I have Tatars roots, I have Polish roots, and from my dad's side, I have Russian roots. So I'm almost Russian person, but I was born in Ukraine. I was born in Ukrainian People's Republic, but yeah, that was absolutely total Soviet Union time. And but I'm flexible person. I'm not back to USSR. You see, yeah, I remember some good things, but I can make analytics. I can analyze things what are good and what are bad. So I'm not stuck in USSR. So hopefully, Gregory, you satisfied with my answer. Ah, Tracy, not war related. I need a chicken and egg report. You know, guys, I really had to share with you some great news today, and you, Tracy, reminded me about that. I got a rooster. Yesterday, I got a rooster. Very early, I had to go to pick him up. Very good rooster, very big one, young guy, 5 months old. Tomorrow, guys, I will show you the photo. I specially made some photos for you that you have an idea. But today was really not the right day. I didn't have time. If you look attentively at my eyes, you can see that I am looking a little bit today, not strange, but you see red eyes. I haven't been sleeping for 2 nights, and the days were really nervous, I would say, like that. So anxious, scary. So, but tomorrow, I promise you, if everything is fine, goodness, fine, I will ask admin to load the photos of my rooster, and the guy is really cool. Actually, that was the present, absolutely unexpected, and I'm very thankful to Lady. We have Lady at the marketplace in the center of the city who is selling grains and different vitamins for chickens, ducks, for pigs, for like veterinary. So we keep buying these grains from her like every week for our chickens and ducks. So she used to us, though we never even talked like too much, but she already remember what we order all the time, what we buy in what proportions. And last time we talked with her like no legs laying, and we are trying and they're looking good already, but no legs. She said, oh, they need a rooster. I said, yeah, probably we plan to. And she said, oh, what kind of rooster you need? I have. I say, really? She said, yes, I can make a photo to you and you can get it. But of course, we understood we need to pay. And then we saw the photo, and that was absolutely generous from her. She chose the better one. She had 2, black and white. She made photo, showed me, but I said, seems like I like white, the light color more. She said, yeah, and he is better, in better condition, bigger, more mature, though he is just 5 months old, and he will be the better choice for you. And I was really happy. And she said, I will bring you tomorrow, come very early, like 5:30 a.m. something. And I said, okay, how much we're gonna pay you? Because to buy rooster here will cost you around not $10, but maybe 7, 6, starting from $6 up to $10. Some rooster, of course, some very expensive and exclusive you can buy really, really expensively, but like normal breed, not ordinary, but with some breed, you can buy up to this extent. So I was supposing she will give me a little bit cheaper price, but she said nothing, no money. I said, you crazy? That's a rooster. He costs money. She said, no, I won't take any money. Just take the rooster and let it live happily in your house. I prepared money anyway. And when we come, I was trying to give her this money but she was absolutely categorical. She said, no, that was my offer to you. That was my initiative. So I don't need any money. But I say, it costs money, really. So especially in this time, she said, no, stop that. So I give her just some coins. We have this prejudice. If you take something live being, plant or animal, or pet, or bird, whatever, you need to give some coins that this live being not die. And so she said, give me just a couple of coins that he's alive for a longer time with you. I was insisting, but she denied absolutely and categorically. Next time I will come for grains, I will bring her some big chocolate, because that my soul demands to say her thanks somehow. But that was very generous. That's about Ukrainian people, And I really was happy. I really was happy to get Rooster. And Rooster, by the way, he is good. And Chicken accepted him very nicely, no fights or something. So that was great. Tomorrow I will show you photos, guys. Be patient. So Tracy, join me tomorrow in order if you want to see my rooster. I will be waiting for you. Jacob, it is a good naughty. Okay. My mom used to say since I was younger. Let me form this in English. 1 second. This saying was about hairstyle of lady. Simply talking, the more chaos a lady has at her head, I mean, the more chaotic her hairs are, the more decent the lady is. I don't know why, but my mom used to tell me that since I was younger, and I remember that all the time. So a little bit chaotic hairs at the lady can demonstrate her decency inside, her being principled and decent. So think about that too. My mom is a wise woman. So a lot of wisdom and such sayings I took from her since childhood. She was teaching me how to be the real woman. What about Vita tried to switch Gregor's comment to the new one in the way that he meant to ask you for you, but I guess you didn't pick up on it. What didn't find your comment? Sorry, Gregory. Yeah. Born in Russia. No, I already answered you guys. No, I was born in Ukrainian People's Republic, but in USSR, Soviet Union. Tom, good morning, Earth Angel, Vita, and fellow Borch brothers. Yeah. Gregory, yeah, Vita, ти не в Росії народилася. I understood already. Yeah. We already discussed that. Thanks. Jacob, I think that a lot of men in Eastern Europe drink a lot. I talked to a bartender in Poland, and he told me that liqueur is cheaper than a cup of coffee at Starbucks, so men buy the liqueur instead. I would open you small secret. Liqueur is not cheaper here than Starbucks coffee. No, absolutely. No, that's not true. But we have anecdote which actually based on absolutely real facts. Russian drinks. Let me, guys, see what's the name of that. I need, because this is special. Do you know Hawthorne? Hawthorne, Hawthorn. So Hawthorne. Do you know these red berries? So we have these red berries, Hawthorne. I will learn this word together with you guys. They make kind of alcoholic drink, but not alcoholic, as a medication against high blood pressure. They say this Hawthorne reduce your blood pressure, and of course it need to stay for a long time in alcohol. Very low percentage of alcohol is a propyl. Okay, maybe you will understand more. And in small bottles like this, maybe 20 milligrams, 30 milligrams, and that costs really cheap here and there. So guys, buy there these alcoholic medications, not only from hawthorn, but some berries and some treatment grasses, plants too, based on alcohol. You understand what I mean? And they drink that shit because that costs cheap, and that's not anecdote. We have that anecdote, but that's true, really. So yeah, of course, we have a lot of alcoholic too here, but in Russia even more, even more. Jacob, I think that a lot of men. Oh, sorry. We discussed that. I confused, guys. Yannick, hello. Good afternoon. Thanks for coming. Tom, my grandmother told me you may not be a skunk, but if you run with them, you will smell like them. Very good. Very good saying. I like that. I like that. Yeah. And I understand very deep meaning. I like hidden meaning, between lines. Really great. Say thanks to your grandmother if she's alive. I don't know. If not, then we pass positiveness. I also remember we in Ukraine have a lot of sayings from the past, but they all with a little bit rude words. Such words like shit or something. And they almost all based on such things, really a lot. My grandmother was very intelligent person. She was a teacher in university, doctor of philosophy. She was working till the last day almost of her life. He was publishing articles. She was delivering some topics on local radio. She was given lectures. So she was really intellectually developed person. And she was using all these sayings because she was born in village. And she already told me all those sayings. And when once I remember all of them, so like 10 or 15 or 20, they all were with absolutely great meaning, but all of them were using some bad and rude words. So that was funny, that was funny. And Jacob, Vita, did you ever wear an ushanka? Oh my God, no, that's a stereotype Western people get about Russia. No. Or maybe when I was small, absolutely young girl, like 2-3 years, yeah, probably I had this hat, but normally, no, I don't. Not my style. What, Rusta, congratulations, Vita. Yeah, I was very happy. That made my day, though, like, the situation was very tense yesterday. But yeah, I was really happy with the Trusta, and he's kind, he's nice, you can pet him. He already got his position, like a real man. When I brought new chickens to the old chickens, they start to fight. When I brought the rooster, only positive reaction. They start to walk around him, to sit next to him, and he got the highest position in the barn, on the stairs next to the window, and like he follows what's going on in through the window. Really nice, like he was living there, no conflicts or something. So I was happy. Gregory, you're welcome always. Any questions about me, my biography? I'm always happily sharing, not all details, of course. Something I will keep in secret, of course. As every person, I have some secrets, and some hidden issues, but normally. So you're welcome about these questions too. Tracy, time for some soft lighting and music. Do hens need dinner and drinks before a night of chicken fun? No. They are like the cheapest and the easiest women. You don't need to feed them, to flirt with them, to walk them out, to give them diamonds, to pet them. You just do your job and that's it. So chickens very easy in that way. They don't need, but I start to let them out because the weather allows me that. It's not like warm, but quite comfortable. So they start to walk already. We are waiting for spring. Yeah, global bloodstock is his a new alarm clock. Actually, I don't need rooster, guys, but I really like when this cuckoo, 3 a.m. and then 5 a.m. and then 3 p.m. and before rain, always. Always. That's nice. That's like in village. And rooster, anyway, he organized chickens. He organized chickens. He's guiding them. And probably if we think about biological side, I think anyway, nature demands some biological processes. Maybe they will be better fertilized and will start to bring more eggs. I don't know, because I think everything in nature must be natural in this way. So we'll see. Anyway, I am happy. I am happy. And now I can save money, by the way, not buying new chickens. So I can get some eggs, put them in incubator. How much I need? 10 or 20. And then try to grow them, and I don't need to buy them because they cost really, really, really expensive. One live chicken right now to buy will cost you around $5 or even more. Some about $6 or even $7 for one alive chicken. That's too much. If you want 10, so no, not profitable. But if you have chickens, of course, you buy food, you grow them up, you buy some medication, you give some treatment at the beginning to save them, I mean, from dying from different infections. But still, that's much cheaper. Still, that's much cheaper. So I have two purposes, like Mr. Putin. So we'll see. My goals will have opposite result or good results. We'll see. Jacob, Vita, were the saints of Ukraine where you got your naughty behavior from? No, my naughty behavior from my nature. I'm just like this, not from saints, but just from this. Well, I mean, from my side, from inside, by my genetics. Tom, Vita, my grandmother passed many years ago. Okay, I'm sorry, Tom. She raised 7 children during the Great Depression. That's a huge heroic action. Heroism, pure heroism, I guess. Then me, my brother, and 3 cousins. First one up in the morning and last to bed. Never forget her. Of course, I can believe. Yeah, old ages ladies, they are really heroic. Women in general are heroic, I guess. Good women. Good women. Tracy, name your rooster Chad. Oh my God, what you mean? Chad. Republic of Chad? African Republic? Or does that have some... What does that mean, Chad, Tracy? I will check now Google Translator. You tease me somehow, or what? Or you want to offend my rooster, Chad? No, I don't think any other meanings than Republic Chad, African Republic. Jacob, that is too bad that wearing an ushanka is a Western stereotype because I think women look very good in them. Yeah, young, really? You think they're sexy in ushanka? I don't accept this idea. No, in no way. I, by the way, never use hat. Never. Even in -30. Never. Since childhood, since I become like, not teenager, but like maybe 17, 18 years. Never use in any weather. I can use some hood if needed, really, but never use hat. So I like freedom, naughty hairs, as you said. Tom, Chad will line his bitches up. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Agree with you. Chad is slang for a gigolo. Tracy, naughty, one more naughty guy here. Okay, Chad. Okay, I will call him Chad Gigolo. Let him make gigolo. Let it be. I like some funny names or something. Guys, couple of minutes of interrupting our absolutely perfect communication. I need to make some announcement. when I will be delivering this exciting news to you, please prepare your next questions. We got to have with you half an hour, 30 minutes still, so I will spend some time still to answer your questions. But now I need to give some news. Okay, so about donation, guys, as always, remember that our mission at ukrainedating.tv is to educate you, Western and foreign guys, with the truth about Ukrainian women and their culture to increase actually your real chances of marrying a correct, the right one, Ukrainian woman without wasting your money or, more importantly, your time. And of course, as I like to say, your broken hopes. Guys, I just wanted to say that they are super grateful for all your donations, for all amounts you were happy to help us with. And that actually made us continue in our mission at ukrainedating.tv possible. So a big maladets, thank you in Ukrainian, as you know. Imagine, to cover all our channel expenses, all it takes is 40 followers to donate a small Starbucks coffee daily. So actually, I would tell in my words, due to our streams today, cheaper than liquor in Russian, right? Cheaper than liquor in Russian. So guys, you can donate to support us at matchguarantee spelled with a y.com/donate. Feel free to donate any amount which is comfortable to you, to your desire, to your comfort, to your budget. So you remember about that, please. The link, I guess, what will help me with that, and you can find always the link in the description below this video and all the rest of our videos, of course. So guys, and I'm back to you again. So thanks for listening my exciting news. Probably some new guys joining us, and we need to inform that how we work here too. So, okay, where is the Tracy? Chad is long of Gigolo. Yeah, Yannick. Tracy, you made Yannick to laugh. Jacob, a lot of naughty people and naughty words in this chat. Yeah, and I absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. So I like to use some naughty words or bad words, but at the same time, I know how not to cross the borders. So that's very nice atmosphere. I like then people, of course, people need to understand where to use, how to use, with whom to use, and to what extent, to what level, because some people use that too much and not in appropriate time and not in that society who will understand and accept that. So, but we have here very funny atmosphere, I guess. What? My rooster is being a real chud. Yeah. Juan, Vita the Brain, sorry for being late. That's fine, Juan. I know you're busy. That's fine. I absolutely understand that. So no sorry. Thanks for coming anyway, even for few minutes. That always nice and pleasant. Tom. Okay, FYI. Now I know what that means for you to know, right? For your information. So you see, you also teach me, guys, good words in English. So I like that. So for my information, bitch can also be a compliment in some cases. My girlfriend likes it. Or bitch can be also not only a compliment in some cases, can be even, I know, a nice word or exciting word during some intimacy. So some people like that word, so can be a compliment for sure, absolutely. Some Ukrainian girls will like that, not in real life, but during the intimate moment. So, but be careful, guys. Don't experiment until you're sure and confident your lady will accept that normally, and that will turn her on, instead of being slapped, just in the bed and throwing you out the window. So be careful with such experiments. Jacob, Vita, I love it as well because now I am not the only naughty viewer and we have naughty company now. Okay, you want, you have your goal. Yeah, you want to investigate how many naughty people we have here in this society, right? So now you are not the white crown, right? Or the white sheep. So yeah, so now we are not Borsch. We are not Borsch Brotherhood. We are Naughty Brotherhood. So my live streams turned into Naughty Brotherhood. Oh my God! Not only Borsch, but naughtiness. Yeah. Hola, espero que todo esté bien. Gregory, Spanish language, so nice. Tommy, my girlfriend says, your bitch, Tommy. Yeah, but I'm sure she use it really in a nice and a lovely way, But that guys also that's not like all women can accept, of course. Some women really like that kind of humor and can use, but absolutely with respect and great love. Yeah, sometimes I can use bad words, but while laughing. But when I have some serious fights, that is very important. I avoid such words. But during normal conversation, like we can use, by the way, I didn't change my last name neither when I was getting married first time nor second time. I am with my last name, and uh, we can use as an as a funny way, we can call each other just by our last names because it's different, and that make kind of stress that we are different. That sounds funny, sometimes. And yeah, some ladies can use this style of communication. Don't do that before, as I said, you're confident the lady is okay with that style of fun, right? But if yes, I think that can be much interesting and exciting to communicate with such ladies sometime. But that's up to you. I know your preferences. Some of you probably against, but with some people that can be real fun. Yeah. Jacob, even what can't moderate all the naughty behavior in here. If he did, there would be no more viewers. Oh yeah. No, we still decent, Jacob. Let's face the truth. We still decent. So still decency in the chat. So we are not crossing the borders. So I guess we are not offending somebody's how my mom says, the feeling of beautiness, the exception of beautiness. So we are not offending the feeling of beautiness, or we are not hitting somebody's ears by being naughty. So everything is still decent, I guess. Juan, all good. I won't be on much this weekend. Going to see my daughter, her birthday in this weekend, on vacation for a week. Cool. Pass your daughter. Congratulations. How old she will be? Will she be? And did you prepare already a present? What you choose? Tell me, please. Tom, yes, it is intimate. I tell some of my lady friends at work, sexy bitch. That can sound cool, really. If you know the lady will accept that normally, then yeah. But what? Just a mod to keep harasses disrespectful people. Yeah, absolutely. Highly inappropriate people and trolls out. Yeah, we all here cultured people with good manners. We're just joking and making a little bit mood because you guys live in free countries, in a peaceful countries. You have to spend good time going somewhere, getting some emotions, some adventures, some exciting events. So why not? What plus Vita is okay with a lot of things. Don't think the other ladies would be as appreciative of us explaining these things to them. Absolutely, I'm different, guys, a little bit different. So don't do something you can do with me. You can talk to me to other ladies, yeah, because not everybody understand that type of jokes. Yeah, for some ladies can be offensive or can be rude. or lady just simply cannot, don't know how to react. Either she should laugh, she should take it as a compliment, or she should be offended. That also, by the way, one of the side of Ukrainian ladies, and there are some types of ladies who pretend to be decent, sorry, but actually devils inside, but they are devils inside. And I prefer to be open, to show my real emotions. So if the joke is really funny for me, I will always laugh. I will not make like, oh, don't tell this. This is not appropriate or something. But depends on joke, on level of jokeness, of course, right? And sorry, everything should be used in the right time, with the right people, in the right moment, and in the right amount. In this way, that can make communication exciting. I really believe in that. Sometimes that's too much, sometimes too detaily, and sometimes can get into dirtiness. You know, my ex-chief, with whom I have been working for more than 13 years, and he actually the godfather of my elder daughter, he always was saying, even to use some curse words, you should be professional. That doesn't suit everybody. Some people can use really bad words, but still being intelligent. And that doesn't sound like rude, because people use it wisely. But some people just use it, like like a connection between words, no matter it's appropriate right now or people understand or not. In this way, so that all depends on really on your feeling. Tom, never disrespect a lady. Of course, for sure. Tom, no doubts from my side that you can disrespect lady. Yeah, but you need to be sure that your lady has the same mindset, lifestyle. I mean, style of joking and style of humor. In this way, that can be really interesting. Gregory, I wish your daughter a happy birthday. Have a great time. Yeah, me too. So greetings from all of us. Tom, your father hero. You have 3 daughters. Cool. One, she turns 26 years old. Ah, the golden age, the best age. Bought her a computer desk, colorful tapestry, microphone holder, billiard stick. Oh my God, a lot of presents. Billiard case and a computer gaming rug. All items were in her wish list. Oh, cool, daddy. You prepared well, I would say. So I guess she will be happy. Are you going to have some party, or you just come visit her, giving some present? Maybe you go to some cafe, or you will have some tables served. Are you going to buy flowers, or that's not a traditional there? Yeah, what? Juan, sounds like she'll have a blast with those presents. Yeah. Really good complex of presents. Really nice. So hopefully she will be happy and appreciate that. Yeah, Juan, first of all, that's your holiday. Your holiday and your ex-wife, as I understood. So, or yeah, ex-wife, I guess, right? So, because when the child is born, I guess, first of all, that's a holiday of parents, because they were in a good way working on that, growing the child, providing the child, and every birthday, first of all, that's a congratulation to parents and then to child. That's my opinion. So to you as a dad, I hope and I believe you are a good dad. So I wish you had a great time there, and appreciation and nice, pleasant emotions. Mhm. So, guys, 15 minutes we have with you. Juan, I will take her mother, grandmother, and my son out to a restaurant. Oh, so nice. We'll also spend some quality time with her. Yeah, that's really great. So you're gonna go to a restaurant. Great, 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 great. So hopefully you will have very nice time there. Any cake with candles, or she's too old for those things? Any balloons, maybe? Any flowers? Guys, why is the silence? Am I alone in this brotherhood? Or everybody went to make coffee? Notice society finally slept. Juan, I leave the cake and decorations in her mom's hands. Ah, okay. But I guess she knows. I guess she knows that's from you. Juan, is it seems to me, or I see you at the gym. Because the avatar is so small. Are you at the gym in some t-shirt there? I wish I could see that more clearly. To look thoroughly, but unfortunately I'm afraid if I press on your avatar everything will disappear, or I will end somehow stream. But I'm really curious. I'm looking at your avatar and trying to to figure out what's there. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I see something like in gray t-shirt in gym or something, or I'm mistaken. Jacob, you are never alone. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely, I'm never alone. But when it's silence, I guess somebody is busy with somebody or make some coffee. Tracy, coffee, black. I understood black via E. It's an intentional mistake, meaning something, kind of slang, or just fingers not fitting the buttons. Can't stand the stuff. I know, I know, I know. But sometimes it's good. Probably you didn't try the good one, Tracy. Juan, I'm driving to another state, Utah, to see her. I'll be staying in a bed and breakfast for a couple of nights. Okay, great. So seems like you're gonna have nice and interesting weekends. As I said, unfortunately, we cannot share easily photos here. That would be really nice, to share photos easily, like one by one, something interesting. Tom, Vita, I'm at work now, but I'm listening to this stream. When I get home, I will watch again. Thank you. Ah, Tom, thanks. Of course, you are busy at work. No distraction. Yeah. Juan, yeah, I took the picture a couple of days ago. I am in the gym wearing a tank top. Okay, so I'm not mistaken, and my eyesight's still great because I can see the nice, handsome guy with a nice body, if I'm not mistaken, but it's too little, Juan. And I really would like to make it wider. So, yeah. Jacob, it is still very difficult to travel out of Ukraine from the east and south, or has that got better? No, it's still different. From Ukraine, you can travel a lot, but still, guys, I have a lady who is dealing with transferring people specifically from east and south, like Berdyansk, Kherson, Zaporozhye, Lugansk, Donetsk. Every day they have buses, every day, but some specific requirements. She called me yesterday and she told me that her bus was getting back the border control. By the way, border control, European border control, because all the rest or all the people, all the passengers who were from Lugansk region, I guess, some that area. I didn't ask specifically, like, because people can be from different cities, but they all were with internal passports, only Ukrainian passports. And no matter how they were trying to convince customs guys at the border control, they don't let them cross European border. Absolutely. They said you need to have foreign passports for traveling. And they said we are from hot zones, and border controller said no. And the bus had to get back to that region. So I can imagine the disappointment of people. But still, if you have all documents, that's easy and not so expensive, guys. From Lugansk to Warsaw, it's around 350 euro or dollar, something. That's not that money, like you cannot afford, I mean, to get out from there to Europe. So yeah, the way is long. It's around 2-3 days. A lot of filtrations, checkpoints, yeah, unpleasant events during the way, but still they're driving every day and they're bringing people to Europe every day. So still relevant, yeah. But what, Vita, how has the air raid sirens been so far today? Awful. That was awful. I was already cursing. Besides, I was very nervous and I was already using bad words like siren, and in 30 minutes again and again and again and again. So far today we had only 5 air raid sirens, and that's not the end. The amount of sirens growing day by day. And as I said, today in the afternoon, we got air raid siren, and just in 3-4 minutes, boom. Oh my God, a lot of messages. Did you hear where it is? Something is wrong. By the way, I guess some pot fall down not far from my location, because I didn't see, but 2 of my friends, they saw the big fire and smoke, black smoke, very close to me. And they said some fire service machine, these red machines, they called emergency, run there. Like, I didn't see personally anything, because I prefer not to go outside, but they say, we'll see. Anyway, we got 2 rockets over the city today, and one was shot down just above the center of the city. My mom personally saw the explosion. She was at the marketplace, and she immediately called me, and that was just, and some people who were in the center, like my friends, they called me and we discussed that. Yeah, some idiots, of course, start to make photo and put in public. That is absolutely inappropriate and not allowed, because then they understand if they reach the goal or not, they can correct the fire next time. Tracy, I have tried coffee many times and different ones. It's all incredibly nasty. Okay, that's just not your drink. That's like the same cola for me. I never, guys, drink cola. Never. I don't like it. I don't find it nice, and I cannot understand why people so addicted to cola. I never drink that. My elder daughter likes that, because she says when she feels some sick in stomach, cola helps her in that, and I believe that. But normally, no. Oh yeah, Tom, Juan, maybe you will meet a nice Mormon girl there. Juan, Vita, I understand a good physique is not very important to, or psychic. Physical, yeah. You mean physical condition is not very important to Ukrainian ladies. It's important to me. It is why I exercise. No, that's for sure. No, but lady will appreciate if you're looking nice and you are shaped and fit. Why not? Every lady would be happy to have nice body guy. That's normal and natural, and of course That's why that's a mistaken stereotype that it's not important. That's important. So, guys, we have 5 minutes. Just need to make metric passport in the western part. Yeah, or in the central part. Absolutely. Yeah. Tracy, add a lot of cream and sugar, and it's okay. Coffee liqueur is okay too. I got you. I got you. Yeah. So you want to actually to mask the real taste of coffee. Yannick, one of the Odessa mines blew up on the Batumi beach a couple of days ago. Yes, I read about that too. Yeah, absolutely. They polluted the sea absolutely totally, and we're gonna have many years, I guess, consequences because all those mines will drift in, and dolphins and fishes and people. I guess a lot of confidence we gonna have still. Yeah. hmm So. Jacob, you can convert to being Mormon and get multiple wives while you are in Utah. No, uh, that's impossible. I guess Juan not that type of person, not like you are, Jacob. You are naughty. Juan is decent. He will be satisfied with the only one and the best one. Not like you, actually. Not like you. Yeah, but what I followed watches. Thanks a lot for remind. Yeah. uh Hope the orcs stockpile will deplete soon. They can start launching chickens. Yeah. As I said, we'll see if that was a fake or that they have 10,000 Russian soldiers just next to us. I really got in panic, and I got many calls from my girlfriends from Western Ukraine who said, "Run away from there until you have a chance. Run away. Don't stay there. You see what's going on. Oh my God, that's dangerous. See what information is spreading." So I'm very thankful for them. When the war will be over, I will be definitely visiting my Western friends, their colleagues. For my another job, and they really support me during this war, and I really would like to go to them by train, to visit them, to stay with them, to drink with them, to laugh with them, to remember bad days, how we were discussing all that sitting in the basement. So yeah, Jacob, yes, like you, the naughtiest guy of naughty society. So guys, I really need to say goodbye to all of you. Greatly, absolutely appreciate presence of all of you here today. Thanks for this warm and funny atmosphere that we can be free, we can discuss many things. I really appreciate that because we don't have the here formal format, right? We have informal. We are like really like society here, discussing from goals of Mr. Putin up to chickens. So guys, love all of you. Wish all of you perfect Friday. And I'm waiting until you start sharing with me really exciting news. Flirting, dating, getting some girl, some experiments. So try to use your weekdays. I mean, not weekdays, your weekends. Sorry, weekends as much as you can. Life is short. You need to appreciate every day, every moment. It only seems to us that we have a lot of time, but really, look at us. We are living here just day by day. We are not planning. Yeah, we can try to plan for tomorrow, but we really don't know what's gonna happen in 5 minutes, like today, like yesterday. We live just today. I understand that for you who are not living in such conditions, that's almost impossible. You can understand, but you cannot understand at the same time. So use your time wisely with as much nice things as you can. So I wish the rest of the Friday to be perfect for everybody, warm and cozy and peaceful. I'm waiting for you tomorrow, guys, if everything is fine. Same time, 4 p.m. Ukrainian, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Don't forget to give me your likes, please. Who still didn't subscribe, don't forget to do that too. Hit the bell in order not to miss our live streams, not only mine, but our girls too, the rest girls. And for you guys who still don't have probably idea what our channel is about, I will show some explanation video. Love you all. Kisses to all of you, and see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Okay? So thanks for everything.
Our channel is the world's first of its kind, providing free live streaming every single day for you. 7 days a week with the real, genuine, beautiful Ukrainian ladies. Now you have the opportunity to video chat free 7 days a week with different, beautiful Ukrainian girls of all ages and walks of life. You get to ask all your deepest, burning questions about all things Ukraine, Ukraine culture, Ukraine women, and Ukraine current events. And if you come to enough of our live streams, you might just discover what makes us mysterious Ukrainian women tick. Okay, so we will see you live every day over at ukrainedating.tv.
Goodbye, guys. See you tomorrow.